Hey YouTube, it's Chris from Universe X, and I am here today to continue the Noob's Guide to Noobing. And I know it's been a little bit, but sometimes life gets crazy, and when YouTube is not your job, sometimes YouTube has to take that L. But I'm going to try to do that as least often as possible. And if this is your first time here, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay along for the ride, because I'm going to be making a lot more videos, and I feel like I make some pretty entertaining content at least every now and then, so please just help me get better and better and better. So today we are going on the next installment, and that would be Banshee. And so we're going to jump right into it. Banshee is unique in terms of what did I just get into? In terms of hunts, because it's the only hunt that you get 4 sets from. And that may sound cool, but actually it's kind of not cool, because essentially, think about it, if you were getting a 33.3% chance of getting the set you wanted, now it's a 25% chance. So it's a little harder to farm specifically for what you want. That being said, the sets you get in here are lifesteal, and as most of you guys know, you get some pretty good lifesteal gear from Abyss just completing it. But the boots never have speed on them, so you can get speed lifesteal boots from here. If you wanted a different neck slot than attack percentage, like if you wanted crit damage or you wanted a critical percent, you would likely need to make your stuff from here. I mean, not likely, you would need to make your stuff from here. So to fill in the better optimal pieces from lifesteal, you would need to come to here. At the same time, you have effect resistance, which is great for PvP. A lot of people just slot in 2 effect resistance just to kind of get that up there. At the same time, when you have a cleanse bot, you need to have effect resistance so you make sure that your cleanse bot never gets inhibited. So like Angelic Montmorency, you would want her on an effect resist slot so she's always clear to cleanse other people. Then you have the counter set, which is another niche thing, but at the same time, the counter set does great things. You can put it on Soul, you know, and Soul will Soul will start countering on your front line, not only with Volcanic Viper if the boss hits him, but a lot more with his S1. And when he crits enough times, he gets another turn. So it just really ups his DPS. You can put it on people like Destina, and she'll just counter with her S1 and heal the group. You can put it on Kin, ML Kin. There's a lot of people that could benefit from counter. Now, at the same time, there's the last set is probably the most important, or at least the most widespread use, is just crit damage. Literally, it does what it says. Your critical hits do more damage, and you don't get much better than that. That's just raw damage. You stack attack, you make sure they're at 100% crit chance, you make sure that they have high crit percentage or crit damage percentage, and it's just kind of GG no re from there. So right before we get into some of the aspects of Banshee as well as some of the units, I'd like to take a quick little break because I made this video before and I didn't have my mic on and didn't even realize that. I had to unplug and replug it. So sad. But today had some good luck sacking, some really good luck sacking. My daily summon, I'll just put it there and show you guys real quick. One sec.
Rika, a customer. We have a visitor.
I have descended in answer to your call.
Yeah, boy.
Bless. God is good. No, but for real, RNG's has blessed me right there, and I am happy to say that Kayron is now a part of the squad. So, moving into Banshee. Banshee is a boss with essentially 2 rinse, lather, and repeat phases. Banshee will come in, and Big Banshee will come in, and she will attack your group by poisoning them. As the difficulty goes up with the stages, you'll see more. You'll see times where she poisons you, or she'll attack 2 people at a time to poison them, and that becomes just really strong. Then her main follow-up is that when she attacks a poisoned person again, the computer will target your poisoned people. She will put a debuff on them that will attack the entire party, and later difficulties, this will just wipe your team, just like splay them out. So you want to make sure you can manage the poisons. Second phase, is when you get her to certain intervals in her health pool, she will split into 4 smaller Banshees, and you will get 3 of her turns. 3 of Big Banshee's turns. It'll show her on the combat readiness bar. You have 3 of her turns, and there's also a buff that ticks down to 0 before she comes out and auto wipes your party, or attempts to. So you need to be able to shoot down the boss, you need to be able to shoot down the ads, which leads me into the next section of Banshee. For a Banshee team to be functional, I believe you need 3 parts. A cleanse healer, a cleanse healer, somebody that can get immunity up fast, a single target DPS, and then AoE DPS. Now, how you config this is up to you. My friend autos Wyvern 11 or Banshee 11 with a healer, a DPS, single target DPS, and a AoE DPS. This is steady. That's how you auto. You cannot exactly lose that easily with that setup. Some people, like myself, I run a healer, a single target DPS, an AoE DPS, and a buffer. And then there's plenty of other things you can do, and of course, like I've said before in every single video, Moonlight characters will disrupt the balance of these team comps because they have astounding powers and they really do warp strategies by themselves. So talking about some units, because this is usually the next step of these videos, talking about some units, we're going to go over them from first the free-to-play, then the 4 stars, then the if you get lucky tier. When it comes to free-to-play, and by free-to-play I mean things you'll probably just get, I mean some of these are connection heroes. 1, Jecht, okay? Jecht is the easiest to obtain cleanser. You probably already have him. He's a connection hero if I'm not mistaken, and he's just there. His passive has an 80% chance to dispel 1 debuff inflicted on the ally from the beginning of each turn, and then that's just going to be a thing. If you can get him up on speed, every time he goes, he's a Wondrous Vial Potion. So if you pair him with the artifact Wondrous Vial Potion, you're going to see some different just turnout, because he will be able to hopefully cleanse 2 debuffs at a time, and that takes you a long ways. You can just build him and level him up, and he can carry you through that debuff phase because that's just what he's good at doing. The next one is also just kind of way more in your face, but Angelic Montmorency. She is the specialty change of Montmorency, and she is just a cleanse bot. She is able to cleanse and give immunity, and so once you have her up, hopefully with an effect resist set so that she doesn't catch poisons herself, she'll be able to help cleanse your team just like that. Now moving into 4 stars, you know, this is where you gotta get a little more lucky. Clarissa, she could be somebody you use on Banshee. Why? Because her S3 is an AoE attack, and then her S2, which is a passive, is a reset upon killing something. So, you know, she gets the last hit on one of the Banshees, and then she hits all the Banshees for AoE damage. So, she's not the most optimal, but she's still good for the AoE damage slot. Now, in terms of single target damage, moving on to Sid. Sid is excellent. There's almost no explanation for him. Get him up on speed and crit percentage and attack, and he will do damage. Start weaving in some crit damage with there, he gets more and more broken. Now, he's a little stat hungry. He is a little stat hungry, but when you build him correctly, when you get on that line of building him correctly, he will be one of your single target DPS trucks. And on Banshee, he's wonderful for it. He is literally wonderful for it. Now, next, this character gets mentioned almost every single run, but Angelica, okay? She not only can shield your people, she can also just give them immunity, and immunity will just stop you from getting poisons for a couple turns. And so we can't really skip over that. Like, it's as simple as that. There's not really much to add on to it. We've already talked about Angelica a bunch of times. So yeah. Now moving on to the you gotta get lucky tier. We're gonna talk about Sez. Sez has a unique space because when Sez uses his S3, especially if you had him already outfitted for Sez Bomb, he might be able to kill the entire Banshee wave right then and there. After that, if he's attacking a Banshee with just 50% or less health, you'll be able to start cleaving. So he actually can do some single target damage really well, and he can do some AoE damage really well. So he's kind of hybrid, but he does well. But you need to have him geared to perform both of those. Now the next one is a no-brainer. Vildred is the king of Banshee. He is able to do enough damage when he's built well to destroy the boss, and he's also able to do enough damage when you have the Banshee like little tiny waves out. Like, he'll just destroy that too. Very, very important. Build him speed with build him some speed stats, attack percentage, critical strike to be at 100%, or if you're only using him for Banshee, 85%. But I mean, even then, you need to get a little higher, because the higher, well, in Banshee 11 you'll have all of the little Banshees be water, but in some of the ones between you'll have some darks and some lights. But yeah, get him to 100% crit, start building his crit damage along with his attack percentage. He will be a monster. And there's nothing really to say about this. Like, Vildred will boss both ends of it. Same kind of goes for Bellona. Her S2 and S3 hit everybody. So her S1 hits one person, but she is a damage powerhouse and has defense break, making either hitting the boss easier or hitting the little dudes, the little Banshees, much easier. And then lastly, in the slot of things that if you have already you can use, but if you don't, unfortunately, I'm sorry, is Baiken. She is a limited collaboration character, and but she is exceptionally good at cheesing Banshee simply because she takes extra turns. I like to use her with Torn Sleeve to increase the amount of bleeds, because her kit has a payoff of applying bleeds and then detonating them, and this allows you to sometimes just inflict massive damage on the boss. So now that we are done talking about some of the go-to people that I feel that you can use, I actually want to hop in, but first I want to show you my team. So not my Wyvern team. When it comes to Banshee, this is my team. I actually end up using Angelica, of course, for my healer, and I switch her on to Wondrous Vial Potion, so she has the highest chance to just start cleansing things. I mean, I haven't limit broken it because I have 2 Vial Potions with a dupe in each one, and I haven't just shoved them all into one. So this has an 80% chance of clearing just any debuff. Now she's I need to gear her up more, but that's pretty much the name of this game. For Baiken, I put her on Torn Sleeve, because Torn Sleeve just gives me a chance to stack so many more debuffs, or so many more bleeds for me to detonate. And then we roll over to Vildred, and he's still my work in progress, but at the moment he's not bad. 50k CP, 100% crit, almost 200% crit damage, almost 23 attack. He's still getting there. He still needs a lot of love though, because he has not ascended to godhood. I still need 2 more Ultra Fangs before I can get his second to last awakening. So that pretty much is what it is. And the last guy I have on here is Auxiliary Lots. I definitely need to update his gear, because I have not touched him in a while, and I've been crushing the crap out of Banshee, so there's no reason why I shouldn't have touched him. But he is clearly there to just and only just use Spirit's Breath over and over and over again, so we can get his S2 going. And I'll show you how my run works. So we're gonna get into Banshee. Can't do Banshee 11 yet. I've tried, I've gotten pretty close, but it's just sort of out of my reach. So we'll roll in to Banshee 10.
I won't lose to anyone.
So with my strat, because I'm just trying to have a strong single target DPS and a strong AoE DPS, I actually just use Lots to give the attack up buff. And I'm actually really saddened that I don't have, oh, okay. I'm really saddened that I don't have
Should I fight like Lots?
What's the, I don't, well, the way Lots' imprint spaces work, I have to give up an attack up space, because right now my Lots is at S, and he gives attack up to where Vildred is and where Angelica is, but I can't really put Vildred or Baiken up front, because they will take the brunt of all the attacks, and I'm really not trying to take that smoke. I'm not about that smoke right now. So as you can see, as long as Spirit's Breath's 85% chance keeps proccing, I just am in a position where I can keep abusing keep abusing this. So now that we've gotten past that, we're going to go in and start hitting up the boss, trying to apply bleeds where I can.
If they won't get out of the way.
Got a nice little resist.
Good.
Dust Devil's gonna activate. So this is gonna be a pretty good damage phase, but depending on what Baiken will do here, because this is the kind of gamble you do have to apply the bleeds. So if we get like 3 bleeds, that'd be wonderful. Okay, I guess we're in business. And now we have a chance to get a bleed on this because the way the move breaks down, the first little tick can apply a bleed from Torn Sleeve. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So this is essentially how we cheese this boss battle.
Shall we go?
We're gonna roll into this, and you see there's the timer for 3 right below Banshee's face, as well as the her on the combat readiness. When that drops to 0, she will wipe the party. So right now my main goal is to kill as many of these as possible, and I don't have a good auto team yet. I'm getting Angelic Montmorency up, and the moment I have Angelic Montmorency up, she will actually be. I'll have the same auto team for Wyvern, for Banshee 11, as one of my best friends, and that will be actually really fun to do. But until then, I just like spamming thoughts. And his team is really good, but it will take a bit more gear than I have right now, because his team only has 2 healers and then Vildred as well as her, and that's just really strong. So now the main issue is that I don't have her move up. I'm trying to see what I should do here. Yep. So normally, depending on how the cooldown works, I can one-shot the rest of that health just by getting, 3 bleeds and then another bleed on there. Any combination of 4 bleeds or so. But I was not able to do that. We missed we definitely missed a...
Shall we go?
Okay, that's unfortunate. So we missed a Wondrous File Potion, and now we need to actually make moves happen here, or else we're going to be in big trouble. The way this is going, I actually don't think we can avoid massive damage. So this is going to be a very, very tough go at it. We're going to get the reset here. Yeah. So we're going to take heavy losses here. There's actually no way we don't. Oh. Oh. Okay.
Shall we go?
Alright. So we're not mad here, and we're about to just get the reset on Vildred. We'll kill this too. She's gonna be able to hit everybody here. Okay, so we almost took an L, like a fat L. But luckily, RNGs has blessed us somehow, and nobody died. So we're just gonna kill the boss from here. It kind of sucked. I wanted to go a little smoother than that, but sometimes it is what it be. No bleeds. That's not bad. We're fine here. This combo will actually just kind of keep going as long as you keep getting Spirit's Breath procs. You're not really gonna go broke on this combo. We don't care about Angelica at this point because she's just a heal bot. We want lots up just in case. You see? I knew that was gonna happen. Just because they wanted lots dead. And that's pretty much it. Occasionally, if I can get the cooldown down for her S1, which kind of sometimes involves popping Baiken a little more so she can keep using her thing, we get crit destruction, counter. All right, guys, I'm scared. Health, critical hit. All right, on camera too. We will lock that up. That's the only offensive stat that can come on this. So yeah, that's prime critical. That's prime crit. That's prime crit damage, or prime counter hit. I'm happy with that. We can do that. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. This was my Banshee video. I hope it helped you. Please be sure to look at the other Noob's Guide to Noobing videos, and I will keep coming out with new content as I can. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.